I'm going to divorce him. I'm a woman on a mission. Goodbye, Mrs. Scott. Hello, Kate Cotter.
Hello, Mrs. Scott.
Where is Mr. Scott? I have an appointment with my husband.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Scott. He's in the middle of something. Ed asked me to come down and...
Breaking news! Ronald Scott and Emily Taylor spotted at the Bellagio. Is he again cheating on his wife? They look so cute together. Netizens are going crazy. Next up on the show.
Dan Wright is in the middle of something.
Can I get you a coffee or some water, Mrs. Scott?
Sam, it's fine. Just take a seat. That is just like him.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Mrs. Scott? Mr. Scott has another appointment in the afternoon with...
I don't need to know his schedule anymore.
Sam was surprised. Kate always used to ask for Mr. Scott's schedules. He couldn't remember when she had lost interest in Mr. Scott.
Please pass this on to Mr. Scott. I've signed the papers.
This was the first time that Kate felt relieved since she got married. During the first year of her marriage with Ronald, she had lived a dream life. In the second year of marriage, she acted like a nag, scolding and swearing with hatred at the woman who surrounded her husband. In the third year, she learned a truth that she was not supposed to know. It had been almost 4 years now, and she was ready to let go.
Divorce. Have I not given her enough to spend?
$3 million every month transferred to her account on time, sir.
And have I not given her enough to wear?
Mrs. Scott receives the latest couture from Paris, no later than 3 days from its initial release.
And what about her life? Have I not given her a good life thing?
7 maids, 1 mansion, a personal chauffeur, and a position at Scott's bank. She is the head of the branch.
Well then, tell me, Sam. Why the divorce?
Kate was ready to leave the Scott mansion. She did not bring much when she moved in, and she would only take what belonged to her. They did not get married because of love. It was just a matter of convenience for both of them. Ronald had never really cheated on Mrs. Scott, despite the numerous love rumors. Having said that, he did not show her any affection.
Cut to the chase. What sort of games are you playing?
You're overthinking.
I'm overthinking. You're on touring with me, are you? Reverse psychology, maybe?
If suggesting a divorce embarrasses you so much, then file the papers instead.
Seriously, you really want to divorce me?
I had to get Sam to hand you the divorce papers and you didn't even show up. All you have to do is sign.
All I had to do. You're acting as if this means nothing to you, Kate. Just come here.
Ronald! Hey, Ronnie. I'm just getting a little bit nervous about this event tomorrow night.
You'll be fine. Sam and I'll pick you up. You'll be okay.
Let go of me. Let go of me!
Is Miss Scott there?
Look, why don't you just invite her tomorrow night?
You know, people keep seeing us together. They're gonna think we're getting married.
No, you're right. I really bring Mrs. Scott out. I'll let Sam pick you up tomorrow. You get a good night's sleep.
I didn't say yes. Ow! Ronnie, he literally just said he's gonna bring her. He just said he's gonna bring that crazy woman to that event tomorrow night.
Why do we even care? Like, everybody thinks that, they don't get all well together. Yeah, and, she's as good as Mr. Scott and mistress, not his wife. Oh, and don't forget, he stood up for you a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you're right. I can make her cry and want to leave again.
You always moan. I never take you to these types of events, and now I'm suggesting it.
I didn't want to disturb Mr. Scott and Miss Taylor.
Well, Mrs. Scott seems to be so concerned about the rumors of an affair.
Once again, Kate fell for Ronald's charm.
Mr. Pym, please throw out her wardrobe. I'm going to take her to get something suitable for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kim, you shall not touch my clothes. Thank you. Let's go.
All right. Good afternoon. Please look after Mrs. Scott. I've got to take a call.
That's Mrs. Scott. No wonder he's having that hair. Poor Mr. Scott. Yeah, you would imagine his wife to be more beautiful. Why is this girl? You're right, she's so plain compared to our Snow White Miss Emily. But don't underestimate her. She might have had some skills to seduce Mr. Scott. But yeah, she would better do it, right? Mr. Scott.
Excuse me, do you have this in my size?
Oh, this one. Sorry, ma'am. This dress has exclusively arrived for very special clients.
Well, surely you must have more of them.
Like she said, there is only one. It's delivered on a special order. Oh, listen, Adele, what are you doing? You came at the right time, Miss Taylor.
This dress arrived just this morning.
Aren't you Miss Carter? Or are you looking for something to wear to the event tonight? You know, the one I told Ronnie to bring you to? You know, it's funny, we keep going for the same things. And yet somehow they always end up with me. But of course, I'm talking about dress. You know, if you like, we could, swap in for something of yours, Miss Carter.
Oh, you're talking about my husband. How obscure. You know what? Sure, you can have him. He's rejected goods now anyway.
What are you talking about?
I'm divorcing him. And with me out the way, let's see if he'll marry you now.
You cheap whore.
Your Ronnie is standing right behind you. Oh, I'm sorry. It must be somebody who looks like Ronald.
You're despicable, Kate.
Is that all you have? I hope you are talking as Mrs. Scott the next time you try to confront me. Otherwise, you're just a homewrecker.
Ronnie, she literally just hit me for no reason.
Kate?
So what if I slapped her? What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, look. Mrs. Scott's finally learned to be honest. I am so very proud.
It also looks like Mr. Scott has learned his patience, as he's not jumping to defend Emily immediately. I am proud of you two.
You called her a homewrecker. Now you have to believe I'm yours and only yours. This silly divorce business that can be put out of our minds. Inner beauty. It's a good thing, Kate. Don't lose it.
Thank you for the reminder. Dignity is also a good thing, Ronald. Don't lose it either.
Howdy. Let's go. We're gonna be late. Hey,
Sir.
can you send the dress to the house, please?
Look, here's the deal. If you attend the cocktail party tonight and don't cause me any problems, I promise you, I'll sign the divorce papers. Emily?
The cocktail party was organized by the commercial tycoon, Mr. Gavin Burker, to commemorate the signing of a contract with Scott Enterprises. The participants attending this cocktail party were all business tycoons. She knows she has to do this to get out of this marriage. However, she had underestimated the degree of Ronald's despicable scheming.
Miss, you alright?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, Mr. Collins. We've arrived. Mr. Scott and Mr. Barker have been waiting for you.
Hey, Mr. Collins. Hi, I'm an employee of Scott Enterprise. Look, there's a matter for which I really need to contact Mr. Barker's secretary, but my phone's flat, so there's no way for me to contact them. Can you please let me inside?
Jake gazed at her pleading eyes and his body trembled.
Come inside with me.
It would be fine as long as she could safely hide until the end of the event, which meant that she would have accomplished her end of the bargain between them. She could then get a divorce.
Today is my last day at the hotel. I have just signed the last business deal for this hotel. I would like to thank Mr. Scott for giving me the opportunity.
It's thanks to you we had an opportunity to make a profit, Mr. Berger.
Mr. Scott, you deserve all the opportunity from me. Tonight, I'd like to tell you all a story. Please turn on the projector.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Barker, I got caught up with something. Here's your little contract.
Oh, please don't be sorry. This hotel's closing down. We are the ones who need a favor.
Well, here is your offer letter from the bank.
Mr. Scott's bank is offering me a loan. What happens if we run out of money?
Well, we had to have a week to review your application. We had to assess the hotel's reputation and performance. I'm so sorry I wasn't here earlier. I had to go back to Houston for my husband's birthday, but I'm here now and here you go.
So I've got my hotel. Well, thank you.
Nice working with you.
It was wonderful working with you, Sue.
Not a problem, Mr. Burke.
Well, that's great.
Good luck with everything, okay?
Well, I thank you too. That girl saved my hotel. Mr. Scott, you probably don't remember that girl. She was one of your many employees. Mr. Scott's bank was the only bank to offer me a loan. All the other banks had refused. But on a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen, because it's so wonderful to see you all here today, because it's been a real pleasure.
Mr. Barker. Tricks are getting better, Kate. I don't want any problems at this party.
Well, you didn't exactly specify where we can get divorced in this place.
So you demand a divorce on the one hand. I'm planning to arrive with Gavin on the other? If this is in some way of trying to get my attention, I don't know what is.
I don't know where Gavin got that video from, and I don't know why he played it here.
Since you are here, follow me and why don't we show these wonderful people just how capable you are as my wife.
Since you don't care about getting embarrassed anymore, I don't see why I should be worried.
Kate, is that all you could find to wear? How embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Isn't it embarrassing cozying up to someone's husband?
You know, you always did blame Ronnie for not wanting to bring you to events like this, but look at you. Who would want to bring you and be embarrassed?
Kate was wise enough to know that Emily could not start a fight if she said nothing.
Did you just walk away from me?
Listen, I have a deal with Ronald that if I can make it through the night without making any trouble, then he will sign the divorce papers. And that's what you wanted, wasn't it? So let's just get through the night without having any trouble. Okay?
Nice try.
Kate! You didn't need to do that. You know, it's no wonder Ronald brings me to these events and not you.
You always do cause such a scene.
Kate looked up and saw Ronald standing with a glass of whiskey calmly in his hand. He looked at Kate with a sarcastic smile dawning upon his face. Kate's eyes met his, and they both knew Ronald had just won the bet.
Hey all, keep following us as we release new episodes of the Divorce Story Daily on YouTube. You can jump the queue and unlock all episodes of the audio series by installing the Pocketfm app now. Just click on the link in the description.